Thanks, Jim. Justin Stone from EliteBaseball.tv. And this week's topic is one of the most difficult things as we progress from our training situation in the wintertime going into a live game situation is timing. Timing is extremely difficult for young players for the mere fact is they're not sure when they need to get started. And number two, oftentimes they are reacting to the pitch before they ever move. And here's how I describe timing in a very simplistic way. Think of timelines like in school where we learned about in history class. We have a starting point, we have an ending point, and a bunch of things that have to happen in the middle. Well, the starting point in our hitter's timeline is the pitcher's mound. The end point is the ball crossing home plate. And within that, there's a lot of things that have to happen. Pitch recognition, selecting the pitch. We know the pitch takes approximately 0.4 seconds to get to home plate, and the swing takes about 0.2 seconds to launch. So it gives us 0.2 seconds to recognize the pitch and then begin to put our swing on it. And by that time, the halfway point, the brain has already calculated the contact point at home plate. And really at this point, it's almost on autopilot. So what does this mean for the hitter? That means if we start timing late, if I'm not moving with the pitcher, and an easy way to think about this is if the pitcher is moving, I better have some rhythmic moving as well. We've also done a study that shows that big league hitters will all advance their center of gravity, that means their belly button, is gaining ground upon pitcher's release. If it happens later than that, if the pitch is out of the hand and the hitter has not begun the advance, that means we've narrowed our timeline for the hitter that took 0.4 seconds. Now we're trying to do all of these different things in maybe 2/3 of that time. So basically what we're doing is taking something that physicists say should be impossible already and making it truly that. We don't have enough time to react, to put our mechanically sound swing on it, so it becomes a jumbled mess. You've heard us talk a number of times about good hitters having good tempo. And good tempo can lead to good sequencing. This is the body's ability to garner all of its energy, send it through the body in a kinetic chain, and then out the bat like a whip. So we can get 75 to 95 pound kids to swing the bat with pretty good velocity because we're getting their entire body into the ball. However, if you start late, which many young kids do, we're not doing this kinetic energy transfer anymore, and basically the body is now just in survival mode, defending itself from the ball and swinging pretty much just with our upper body. This looks like a very rushed tempo and sequence. It looks like the hitters swing with all upper body force and arms, and we're not going to get much behind this hit. So the converse of that, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to increase my timeline. If I can make that timeline bigger, if I can start even sooner, I can always deal with having more time as a hitter. I can't do anything as a coach to help the hitter when he's running out of time. So I want our hitters to, if anything, we start on the early side of timing. If I begin my stride process before the ball is leaving the hand, I can always deal with having a little bit more time. And I want to make my errors on the front side of timing. That doesn't mean I'm chasing the ball with my body, but that we know for a fact that our best bat speed is going to happen out in front of us. The lift portion of our swing gives us a better chance to do some damage with the pitch when it's out in front of home plate. When I start late and I'm defending myself from the ball, our angle tends to be steeper in the descent of the bat into the zone. I'm defending myself off of a ball and generally just hitting it and pounding it into the ground. So what do we learn from this? Start early, give ourselves a chance by being slow, rhythmic, allowing the body to harness more of its energy versus starting late, being rushed, and just being defensive. A great way to do this is a couple of drills that we've listed on EliteBaseball.tv. One in which I really like is getting a pitcher behind an L screen just to simply go through his or her motion and then have a hitter go off of the pitcher and hit the ball off of a tee. So there is no moving ball in flight, but the pitcher can give the hitter feedback now to whether they started the body's forward advance on the pitcher's simulated release. This puts the hitter in a timing situation in a non-threatening way where they're not manipulating a moving ball. It's simply doing the dance with the pitcher. That is one I really like to get the feel of that slow, rhythmic process and starting on time. The other one that we can do in a big group setting, which coaches like to do when you're doing your indoor drills this time of year, is doing that same simulated drill with just dry swings. Have players partner up, Have one go through the pitching motion, have the other one work off of the motion of the pitcher and make sure they're getting their load stride on time. So now we can see, as the coach goes down the line, is the body advancing on the pitcher's simulated release. For more drills like this and get your timing set, visit us at elitebaseball.tv today. And as always, I'm Justin Stone, and we'll see you on the field.